Hello and welcome back to Shelf Centered. This is Bryce and I'm bringing you today a TBR for a special month, which is Indie August. Indie August is a fun month. I did this last year. This is one of the first recurring themes I guess I'm going to have on the channel now that I have been doing this for over a year. And so I just thought I really enjoyed it last time. I just think reading self-published books is just, or independently published books, there's so many good ones out there, and they can be just so different and so so much different than your kind of mainstream books. And there have been whole different genres essentially created by independent and self-published books that really never existed before, and it's great to see it, and I love being part of it. And especially with the internet, you really have the ability to find those independent gems that are out there, and there are a lot of them, as I've been finding out. So without further ado, let's jump into some books that I'm going to be reading for August. So first things first, I already started and I'm almost finished, I couldn't help myself, with Bloodline, book 9 in the Cradle series. It is independently published by Will White, and so I can definitely count it. There might be one more Cradle series book this month, we'll see. It's an easy one to fit in on this time of year because it's one of my favorite series right now, and obviously 9 books in, I think I'm liking it. So Reaper may find its way into August. We'll see if we have enough time. So, and I'm going to call this really not necessarily a TBR but an MBR. I like that idea a lot better, so the might be read. But we're going to have a grouping. We're going to have a lot. I created earlier in the year, I started a Goodreads shelf for just the Indie August maybes, and so I had a good little list going. Frankly, a lot of what my list comes down to is books that I've already either purchased or had for some reason or another. So anyway, Cradle, obviously have that. There's a lot of that. Hellborn, The Hellborn King by Christopher Brenning was on that. I actually already read that earlier this year. It's been a good year for independent books. I've been finding some really good gems out there, and that's one of them. The Hellborn King is highly recommended. I need to work on a review for that. The other one I've been reading this series, I kind of took it slower because I didn't know how many more were in the series, and there are some prequels and whatnot. But anyway, the series is the Arcane Ascension series by Andrew Rowe. I've already read the first 2, love them. We've got book 3, that is the torch that ignites the stars. And so anyway, and there's a lot in that series, in that realm, and it is kind of a Cradle-esque. If you like Cradle, you're gonna like this one too, of just kind of dungeon crawling, leveling up, really fun stuff. Another book that I've had for some time now and I need to get to is Voice of War by Zach Argyle. Just heard a lot of really good things, especially with the 3rd book coming out, I think just this month. The arcs at least have been delivered, as I understand, and so there's been a lot of excitement and hubbub about this series, and I can't wait to jump in. One of the ones that I definitely prioritized for this month, relatively certain this is more of a TBR than an MBR, but we'll see. Who can promise anything these days, especially not me. But A Drowned Kingdom by P.L. Stewart. This is book 1 in the Drowned Kingdom trilogy, I believe, but it could be more, I don't know. But anyway, P.L. Stewart is just someone I highly respect, been interacting with on Twitter, and just great page chewing and other podcasts and whatnot. We both share a love for Janie Wirtz's work. So anyway, really looking forward to that. All right, and then one that I've just been woefully deficit in, as far as this is one of kind of the stars of the independent self-published scene, but I've never read a book by him, and this is Rob J. Hayes. I have Never Die on my list, and so a couple more if I can get to them, but I just We Men of Ash and Shadow is one, Legacy of the Brightwash is one. Most of the ones I've already mentioned are ones that I do have on audio book, so that definitely helps make that happen. As far as my physical TBR, I just put 1 on it for now, maybe 2, we'll see. One that I have in my hand right now. But this is one that I've been hearing a lot of good stuff, especially from Andrew's Wizardly Reads, The Legend of Blackjack. Just sounds like a really fun, fast-paced book, so I could use definitely that right now. Anyway, that was definitely, I was sent this by the author and just heard a lot of good things and really excited to read it. And that's my TBR for August. So what do you think? What are you reading? Are you participating in Indie August? I can tell you that I already have a number of indie books that I've been reading, not only this year, but the last year, and honestly for years, because there's just such a good community surrounding it. There's other authors getting involved in it. One that kind of comes to mind is Michael J. Sullivan, who really kind of started there, became very successful, went back into traditional publishing, and then actually has since gone back into self-publishing, because there really is, you know, once someone like Michael J. Sullivan has established his name in the fantasy realm here, if you want to call it that, he's just developed this following. He's going to make way more money when he can print these and make these happen on his own and fit the costs for these. So anyway, what are you reading? Let me know, and let's have a good Indie August. I can't wait to see what you guys are doing, and especially because part of this is I love finding more good independent reads. These are really the gems that I just love finding. This is part of the fun of reading, is finding these really fun and different reads for me. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Shelf Centered. We'll catch you later. Thank you. Bye.